It's that time of year, ladies, where content creators are sharing all the latest and greatest in fall fashion. This can be a real exciting time, and it can be very motivating for those of us who love fashion. But I am going to encourage you to check yourself before pulling the trigger on that checkout, to really ask yourself if you are making a wise purchase. Today we are talking 5 deal breakers, not only for fall, but for all. That means all seasons, not just the season of fall. At the end of the day, who doesn't want to look their best? And what we wear says a lot about who we are and how we want to show up to others. Welcome. I'm Tracy Hensel. I'm a certified professional coach and ICF credential holder. I am an influential speaker and thinker. I help people see and live their potential, to find meaning and purpose in who they are, in what they contribute to this world and others, to optimize the now. So in wanting to optimize the now, who doesn't want to look polished, classy, and poised, whatever that looks like for you? Now, do we have fashion rules? I really think we can have our own rules or not have any rules at all. But I will say, my having rules for myself, or what I call deal breakers, or saying no so that I can say yes to me, has saved me a lot of money, and it's also saved me a lot of headache and a lot of regret that often people have after making purchases of something that simply did not serve them. So today, let's talk about those no's, or those deal breakers, or the I will not settle for. Let's start with number 1. The item I purchase must fit me. Must fit me. It cannot be too big. It cannot be too small. If you shop online like I do, I always say, order 2 sizes of anything that you could ever sway between the 2. It's better just to ship back the one that doesn't fit, because sometimes having those 2 sizes can paint a big picture for you. But do not settle for anything that does not fit, and fit you properly where you are today, in the body you have today. Deal breaker number 2, or what I won't settle for, and neither should you, is wearing something that makes you look bigger, yes, bigger than you are, for the sake of maybe a trend. And that's often what I see, is pieces of clothing that are so oversized, but you have to realize a lot of the influencers and content creators that are sporting these looks, they are teeny. They are teeny. I don't mean small. I don't mean they're small and fit like me. They're teeny. They're bone teeny. And they can pretty much pull off anything, but yet they do look bigger than they are. That's okay, because they're so teeny that maybe sometimes it will flatter them. But most of you watching me here today, you are not as young as a lot of these content creators, nor do you have the body. Most of you following me would like to shed a few pounds, if not more. So why in the world would you settle for wearing something that makes you look larger, bigger than you are, for the sake of it being a trend? Right? For the sake of it being a trend. Say no. Say no to that, to optimize how you look. Tip number 3, I really want you to identify how often you truly get dressed. Truly get dressed in what I would call a put-together outfit. Now, some of you, that is daily. I get that. But many of you don't. You're like me. I would say on average, I get dressed where I am putting together an outfit, where I am thinking it through, where I am strategically planning everything out, where I'm ironing or steaming the pieces, I'm selecting the jewelry, I'm selecting the handbag, all the pieces to go with it, because I'm actually going somewhere where I am going to be seen by others. And what is the message I want to put out to the world? And how we dress says a lot about us. We are judged within seconds, and it's how we're put together. On average, 2 days per week for me. Now, I know that's light compared to most people. Base how many pieces of clothing you purchase per season based on that. If you're only getting dressed a couple times per week, you may want to stick with classic pieces. I am in a season right now because I don't get dressed often enough to really put use to the trendy pieces. If I see something that's the latest and greatest, but I can see that this is going to be classic, I'm going to be able to work with this down the road, then it's up for consideration. But if it's not going to cut it. And it doesn't mean that I don't like it. It doesn't mean that I don't support trends. I absolutely do. I love fashion. But a lot of it for me is just to look at it, to visually look at it and appreciate it, but I know I don't necessarily need it. It's okay to like things, but not need to have them in your closet, right? So say no to more so that you can say yes to less, right? It's hard enough to keep our homes organized, our closets organized, our drawers and cabinets and cupboards. So say no to more. Say yes to less. Weed out some of those pieces that just didn't fit the classic cut and see what you need to bring in. I am doing a wardrobe assessment currently as we are transitioning. I just pulled 2 pair of pants out of my closet today that I absolutely love, but they're still the low ride. They're older pants, they're trousers, which is my favorite, is a trouser. But at the end of the day, even if low-waisted pants come back in, low-waisted trousers, they don't look good on me. They just do not flatter my body. They make me look bigger and flabbier than what I am. I won't say yes to that. So watch what's being thrown out there for trends. Ask yourself, what's the return on investment? How many times do I see myself wearing this trendy piece this season based on how little I actually get dressed? Right? So ask yourself these things before making those purchases that you could regret later. Number 4. Big one. This one, many of us can probably admit we've lived and learned. Have you ever purchased something just for the sake of it being stylish and trendy and you loved it, and then it was not comfortable, like maybe a pair of shoes? Let me know in the comment section below if you've ever been stuck wearing a pair of shoes that killed your feet, made you walk funny, which didn't make you look polished and classy at all, and it did send a message to the world, right? That you were limping around because you had a blister on your heel. Say no. Say no. I will not settle for anything that is not comfortable from the get-go. If I sense any discomfort, I will not say yes to that for the sake of how much I love it. And this one's been hard for me. There's been a few footwear items that I would have loved to purchase, but I could tell right initially, if it's not super comfortable from the start, it's not going to be super comfortable in an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours. So there's a lot to say about comfort, and that it doesn't end with the footwear. It's pieces of clothing, high maintenance items. I tell you, I will not settle for high maintenance anymore, down to little details. If you wear a blouse and it puckers out right here, so then you're conscious not to spread your arms out because now you're going to be showing some of your bra. This shirt that I'm wearing here today, it's genius because it's quality. There's an inside button right at the bra line. So you can't see that button, but it's an inside one just to prevent that. So it's even quality pieces often aren't going to be high maintenance. Do not settle for anything that is high maintenance. If you are going to be thinking about a piece of clothing or an accessory that you're wearing, right there is a sign that it does not serve you, because it will compromise how you show up wherever you're at, whatever you are attending. Tip number 5, I will not settle for anything that looks good on someone else that has a different body shape than mine. I may order the piece, but I will not settle again unless it looks great on me. At the end of the day, I want to look great. I want to feel great. And let's be honest, not everyone watching today is in their ideal body, their realistic ideal body. I get that. But where you are today, you can look amazing. You can look amazing where you are today. You can look amazing where you are 6 months from now. Dress for the body you have today. Dress in a way that projects whatever it is that you want to send out to the world, whatever that looks like for you. I don't have that answer. I would love to help you if you need help with that. I offer a 3-session style package that's a coaching package that we do virtually. It's a wonderful package to have another objective view, an objective observation of what message it is that you're putting out currently. Does it align with the message you want to put out? I recently worked with a client who was my age, and she was wearing a lot of clothing pieces that were very youthful. And in her mind, she initially thought it made her look younger. But at the end of the day, when we pulled out all the pictures and we pulled the garments out of her closet, because she was a client that I could travel to in person, I'm willing to travel, you bring me, I'll come. And we pulled all these pieces and photos of her, and at the end of the day, what did this look like? And she said, it looks silly. I said, yeah, I would think that too, but not everyone is going to look at you in these items and think you look silly, because if that's the style they like when they're in their 50s, they're going to think you look amazing. But she realized that she was following the trend of other mothers that were in the same kind of clique or private school. There was a look, and she was just trying to stay up with that look. So she wasn't being true to who she is. So tip number 5 is really staying true to who you are. What do you love, and what message do you want to put out? When I worked with that client, it was not about what Tracy likes. It was not about what Tracy would wear. At the end of the day, when she shared all her little petite floral printed little dresses with frilly lace, this, and that, she said, I just look silly. I look like I am a junior or senior in high school, or a freshman or sophomore in college. I don't look chic. I don't look classy. No one is going to say, wow, she's a classy, sharp-looking lady. She said it just looks silly. That is her perception, and we worked from there. Well, what isn't silly to you? Share with me, and we would pull up images so that she could show me what she liked that didn't look what she called silly. So always remember, when you work with a coach in any area of life, it's about what serves you, not what serves the coach. And my message today, again, there's no hard written rules to fashion, but I work with a lot of clients that make mindless decisions when it comes to shopping. I just had a client last night that said, I am so spot on in so many areas of my life, but not diet, not exercise, and shopping. Those are the 3 that, like, all rules go off the table. And they're also the ones that I live with the most regret, the most shame. Interesting. So let's work around that. I want to save you from getting tugged and pulled into what all the content creators are showing you. And don't forget, they work with brands. If I worked with brands, I'd be showing you stuff too, because that is how they get paid, just like I would get paid the same way. It is a business. But I'm here to help you make wise financial decisions, and wise decisions that serve you, so that you can optimize the now, and you can optimize what message you put out to the world. And at the end of the day, you're never going to put out a positive message if you don't feel good about what you're wearing. So you have to love what it is you are presenting yourself with. If you want more in one-on-one coaching with me is not currently in your wheelhouse or in your budget or your time, take advantage of my Dress for Success workshop. I will have the workshop linked in the description box below this video. Upon checkout, you'll get that workshop today, and we will uncover what dressing for success looks like for you. Also, check out the blog post that I have linked in the description box below this video. I have a blog post with curated looks for you for the fall season, from fall date night to doing your family fall orchard day. Ours is actually coming up this weekend, actually tomorrow. Now that I think about it, when this video publishes, tomorrow is when our family is doing our annual fall day at the orchard. But I have all sorts of looks. If you're a soccer mom and you're out on the soccer field, I've got looks for that. And then I also have a special blog post with curated outfits if you have more of an office type job or setting, or maybe that's just the message you like to put out. I would say most of what I wear is more professional looking, even when I'm not in a professional environment, because that's my style and taste. I like the real put together. I'm not much of a jeans girl, and even when I do wear jeans, it's often trousers. So that's the message I like to put out. That's where I feel good. That's where I feel confident and comfortable, and that's what I want for you as well. So again, one-on-one coaching, or take advantage of the workshop so that you can get it today. You can check it out and watch it tonight or this weekend, and you can make some decisions from there what you're going to do with your fall fashion wardrobe for 2023. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you soon right here on YouTube, and be following me on Instagram stories for a lot of great nuggets. And don't forget to sign up for my weekly newsletters. One goes out today on Friday, and one goes out every single Monday. All right, take care.